Hello and welcome. This is Natchi Lazarus. This week, our question is about whether to hire a social media agency or build an internal social media team. The actual question is, should we build our own internal social media team or should we hire an agency? Now, that's a good question because you could do both depending on which phase of growth your organization is in. If you are starting out, I would suggest you first have a minimum one coordinator in your team. See, social media, even if you have an agency or if you work with others, you need a coordinator. You need somebody within the organization. Now, that could be you. You know, if you say I'm a very small organization, then you play that role. But if you're slightly bigger, then you allocate that responsibility to somebody. So you need one coordinator. That's like important. But then the rest of the things that you need to do on social media, like social media has multiple things that you need to do, right? You need to create content, you need to post it, you need to monitor conversations, you need to measure it. So there's a few functions that are essential, irrespective of how big or small you are. So you still have to do all some of the social media functions. So the question is, along with the coordinator, do you need a team to do these functions, or do you need an agency to do this function? That's the question. So you just look at your size and the amount of work that these functions, the amount of time these functions need. And if your coordinator has the time, then go ahead and do it, or add a couple of people in your team. But if it gets bigger, go for an agency. My thought here is my thought on always hiring people to do things. Here is my philosophy, right? This is just my personal philosophy based on how I view things. I am all for getting experts to do what they specialize in, even when I can't do it myself. For example, I can do video editing. In fact, I love doing video editing. I just love, doing all those little things on the layers and animations and things like that. I know a couple of software that I can work with and I love it. But guess what? I don't do it. I get somebody to do it. I have an agency that helps me. Sometimes my team does it. So why do I get somebody to do it? Because they specialize in it. That is what they focus on. That's what their complete gifting is, whereas mine is in some other place, right? So I'm going to focus on what my gifting is and what my specialization is, while getting people to do other things, even though I can do it. So the question is to weigh on where is your time best spent in. So if you have a big enough team and a budget and ability and capacity, then by all means go ahead and do it yourself. But if you want to get a specialist, then that is also a good way to go. And many times in social media, it's good to go with specialists because they have done this year after year. Things change very fast, so they may have some capacities that your team might lack or might take time building those capacities. So that is how you weigh in, and that is how you make that choice. So if you can work with a specialist, if you have the budget to do it, by all means, go for it. So there you have it. Thank you for that question. If you found this useful, please share this with your friends and family. Subscribe to this channel wherever you're watching so that you do not miss another episode of our question and answer session. And we bring this to you every Tuesday. And if you have any questions, please send this to us and one of your questions might get answered. Even if we don't answer it here on the show, we make sure you get a reply to your email or message or comment or direct message. However you get in touch with us, you will hear from us. We will send you the answer to your question. So go ahead and send your questions to us. Have a wonderful day. God bless you, and may He bless everything that you do. Stay connected, stay blessed. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.